Before we start, let me just say some ground rules for Act 1. For Rule 1, there will be no major glitches, like the TV glitch sending you flying into the basement door. It's basically skipping the whole entire Act 1. And no using the magnet gun on the red key door, because it basically just skips everything too. And the second rule is to get in the basement no matter what. And the third rule is just nothing. I didn't really have anything. To be honest, in my script I was supposed to explain the lore quickly, but I don't really care about it that much. You can just look it up yourself, look up some game theory or something. But anyways, at the start I immediately start sprinting to the nearest trash can and trash bag instead of my ball that I was just playing with. And after I do that, I actually go to my ball, triggering a cutscene. Since I'm speedrunning, I immediately skip it, but the neighbor seems to not like it and catch us. You know, just some normal neighborly stuff. After I get caught, the neighbor always goes into the kitchen when you first get caught after the cutscene. So I take that opportunity to climb on the shelf and place the trash can down so I can climb on the roof. And I make a jump that 90% of the players can never make because they call this game janky, which they aren't wrong. And after I break that window, I take off a painting so I can go inside of the hole of the wall and take the car keys. You will also see me taking boxes, which you'll see later. But I'll jump through the window and go to the trunk of the car to open it up. But the neighbor spots me after I do it. After he shakes his head, he goes behind his house, which is conveniently where I need to go to use my magnet gun. So I just muster up the courage and run behind there, knowing he's probably waiting for me. Then after I see him leave, I use the boxes I used to stack up into some kind of thing. I honestly don't know what it is, but I stack up to it to use my magnet gun to try to grab the key pocket. And after I grab the key pocket, I go through the conveniently open window so I can go inside and use the key pocket on the locked door to get to whatever this room is called and get the wrench. Then after that, I jump right back out so I can go to the ladder area and unlock it with the wrench. Then after I climb the wrench, I go into the hole in the roof to grab the red key for the basement. And usually people would just break the window to jump out, but that would alert the neighbor. So I just go back to the stair area and unlock it by pulling the lever that for some reason locks it off. And after that, I go inside, see him sleep in, and then easily unlock the door. And after I get in the basement, I just open the washing machine and go inside of it for some reason. Then knock over that painting so I can unlock the door, run through it for a while to unlock another door that's on the other side. Then right here, I just noticed that my sensitivity was terrible because I just bought this game on the Xbox. So I fix it. And please like and subscribe. I spent $20 on this game. Anyways, I flick this lever even though it won't work, but it will save me time. After that, I unlock the door by taking off the chair, run through a brick wall because I'm just built different. Then I run through multiple doors, which I will just time lapse through. And once I'm done doing that, I turn off the power. And since I used all the doors that aren't powered, I can run through it to get back to the spot. And the reason why I turned off the power was because there was a gate that always says closed or using the power. And if I turn it off, it's open. So I can click a generator that powers on the lever. And since I already used it, the door just immediately opens, triggering a chase theme once I get inside of the door. And with that, Act 1 is finally over with the time of 4 minutes and 16 seconds. Pretty good though, I could do faster if I really tried. But anyways, let's go to Act 2. Rule number 1 is no major glitches again. Rule 2 is no easily getting out by stacking boxes and just jumping over the giant fence, because it basically just skips all of Act 2 and that would just be unfun. And rule 3 is I have to exit through the red key door, so no trampoline ending or no crowbar ending. Anyway, let's start Act 2. Also, while I was making this script, I was eating some bussin' quesadillas from a Mexican restaurant. Anyways, actually, let's start doing Act 2. So in Act 2, I immediately skipped the cutscene to try to spam open this door. I don't really remember, but I think you have to look through the keyhole so it unlocks or something like that. And after it unlocks, I immediately run to the vent and open it. After I kind of get stuck for a bit, wasting some of my time, I run out so I can climb the ladder. And this is where Act 2 really starts, so I immediately get the box thingy and get a random pan just in case I need to hit the neighbor. Then I run to a pipe, and after I pull the lever, I try to run inside, but the neighbor spots me. Then after I baited him to climb the ladder, I jump off of the roof so I can go in the window that he just broke instead of exiting through the door. I pull the lever, then quickly run into the kitchen so I could go get the wrench. After getting the wrench out, for some reason in the fridge, I see him leap off of the roof for some reason, but I run to the back because I'm quicker than him and use the wrench to unlock the thingy, the bobber, I don't really remember. After I do that, I run on the roof so I could get the lever, but I completely miss, and the neighbor was just not there for some reason, so I try again, but I somehow fail immediately after that, so I try again, but the neighbor isn't there for some reason, again. After finally pulling the lever, I run back onto the roof so I could jump back off of the roof so I could get the I don't really know what that wheel is called. After I get the wheel, I run back up here, and then I jump on a pipe so I can get on like the fence thing covering it up. I honestly don't know what these things are called. But after I make the jump, I put the wheel thing on there so I can drain something that you'll see later. After I pull that, I open up this door, climb the lever, and then climb the lever? What am I talking about? Why is my script telling me to climb the lever? Anyways, after I climb those stairs, I get the thing, the shovel. Why did I say thing? What was I doing when I put this in the script? Who made this? Whatever. After I got the shovel, I run back down. But unfortunately, the neighbor finally sees me after so long, but I take the time of him being a complete dummy to dig the thing up, and after I dig the thing up, I go back down so I could pick this up. I throw this at him and then run back up, and after I climb back up, not run, I wait until the neighbor is climbing the ladder so I can jump off the roof and easily get the key for the playhouse. But after I get the key, I remember that I have to use the wheel thingy to use one more thing outside. After I climb the ladder to get to the thing, I use it, which it will be useful later on. After I re-grab it, I run and jump on this pipe, which is pretty cool, but I fell right after losing all of my aura. So I climb the ladder again, miss completely, but climb it. Then I finally go into this door that I haven't gone into, but for some reason the neighbor set up a camera there. And then after I take it down and completely demolish it, I climb back up. The neighbor's following me, but I don't really care. After I climb up the stairs, or walk up, whatever you want to call it, I run across the room that I haven't gone in yet, open that door, and go down this tall ladder very quickly and dangerously. After I use the playhouse key to open that, I open up the door in the playhouse that somehow opens up the door upstairs. Then I turn the water code, climb up that ladder, and put the wheel thing on the thingamabob or whatever it is, the pipe, because I used it earlier and that's why I needed it. And after I let the ice rise, the door that you seen is the door that leads to the red key. That's why I'm throwing everything else. It's because I know I already did everything for the red key. After the ice finally rose, I finally got the red key. But I really wanted to get out, so I bolted out. But midway, I remember there's a strat to bolt out with. if you go up this ladder, you can actually go on like the little side parts and fall down a bit, so you can go on this part. And it really just skipped me a few seconds or something. But after that, I open up the door and then dip. I completed Act 2 in 4 minutes and 42 seconds, which is actually pretty good, but I had a lot of encounters with the neighbor that really made me have to like hide for a bit or do some random stuff like the shovel part. Anyways, time for Act 3. Again, for Rule 1, no major glitches, and you can't use the TV glitch again, and you can't use the bear trap glitch. If you know, you know. The second rule is I have to complete all the fear minigames like Fear of Darkness, that gives me double jump, Fear of School, that lets me push the neighbor, and Fear of Shopping, I think it's called, which gives me ability to crouch and not be seen. And the last thing is I have to unlock the basement door normally. So that means anything else I can skip, like the red key. Anyways, at the start of Act 3, I immediately restart to the last checkpoint because when I do that, the hitbox for the mail for some reason appears. I don't really know why, but at least I can easily get the mail. But after I do that, I pick it up by trying to get it, but it kind of takes me a while since I don't really know where the exact hitbox is, so I just gotta look around. And then once I get it, I just skip the cutscene. And after I skip the cutscene, I go into my car to get a key to open up the door. But when I opened it, I accidentally paused the game. And you might think I could just resume it, but for some reason, me pausing the game at this exact moment crashed my game, so I had to restart, making me lose some time. I spent $20 on this game, by the way. Anyways, after I do that, I just open my trunk again, get the key again, and unlock the door again. But this time I don't pause my game, and I try to get the phone call thingy, but I think the hitbox doesn't work if you're too close. But anyways, this is where Act 3 truly starts. The moment I get in, I grab 2 boxes to try to unlock the elevator. Actually, no, I grabbed 4. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I run to the back. After I ran to the back, I used 1 box so I can unlock the elevator. It kind of took me a while to pull it, but after I was done doing that, I used the other box to break the window so I could easily go up in there. Also, a little side note, but when I first played Hello Neighbor and went up here, I did like a little tech where I opened up the gate and closed it right behind me. If anybody else does it, go in the comments and say it. But after I do that, I jump down this big place so I can go into the train. I definitely fell in on purpose. I would never mess up on accident in Hello Neighbor because this game is pretty good. But after I do that, I go right back down so I could go in the elevator. But as you can see, the neighbor was looking around there. But for some reason in nighttime, the neighbor is just completely blind sometimes. So I just go back and the neighbor was just gone for some reason. But he placed down a bear trap. And I noticed that he for some reason closed it. I don't know if he can or not, but he closed it. So after I tried to open it back up, while panicking by the way, if you couldn't tell, it kind of took me a while, but the reason I was panicking was because the neighbor was going to me, but I guess the neighbor is just like not really caring. But after I pull the lever finally, I get jump scared. That honestly jump scared me right now. If you couldn't tell, it actually jump scared me a bit. But after that, I completely missed the box. After I start running from the neighbor, I go through the front door, but when I go through, I notice that I still need to take the chair off from the basement. And when I did, I tried to throw it at the neighbor, but the neighbor just did not care, so I just threw it at his window, but completely missed again. But after I climbed the ladder again, I kind of get stuck and get flung up. This game is like so buggy for some reason. But anyways, after that, I almost got hit by the train, and I try to run over here because I know the train's going down there, and I need to go down there anyways, because if you couldn't tell, if I go down here, there's actually a place right here. If I jump, yeah, I made that so easy. But after I do that, I pull this valve. Then after I pull the valve, I walk over the valve when I see the train right there. If you couldn't tell, the train was right there. I walk over, and if you're wondering why I'm waiting, it's because if I wait right here, then jump on the train, I can ride the train for a little bit so I can go on top of the roof right there. And once I make this jump, nice, I get like this red wrench so I can take it. And after I take it, I go right back down so I can unlock it because I need to go back up later for like the red key room. But anyways, after I do that, I throw the red wrench over there. But after like speedrunning a bit, I could have like did something that would have saved me a bit of time. But anyways, I climb up this ladder right here so I can go in this room, but there's boxes blocking off the other side. So I use the boxes to throw at the other boxes so I can like try to grab it. And after I do that for a bit, I grab this and grab that box. After I grab the box and flashlight, I throw the box one last time so I can get in. And after I throw the box the last time, I have to put that right there. Keep on calling it that. But I have to put the flashlight on like this shelf. But I kind of suck at it. And again, in me in the future, which is me right now recording this, I could have did so much stuff that would have got me way more time. But anyways, after I put that there, I put the pillow, the pillow right there that I put the thingamabobber right there, the skateboard. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. Anyways, after I place the skateboard, it falls over because this game is so janky. I get the hat that I can't even see in my recording. But after I get the hat, I need to grab this couch and grab that. Well, I don't really need to grab those crates. But anyways, if you're wondering, I can do this glitch because I'm not trying to really get caught. I just try to throw this into like the lever so it pulls. It takes me a while though. And the reason why I don't want to get caught is because I have to like go through different doors that are night and day. But anyways, I get this guitar because I drained the water from that room, which was from that valve, if you remember. But after I do that, I try to place the guitar right here. But again, this game is super janky and the guitar isn't placing. And for the third time, me in the future, which is me talking over it, I could have did so much stuff. I could easily place it. I'm raging at myself right now because I can't place this simple guitar. I might make a video of beating this time. But anyways, after I place that, I have to replace the skateboard because it glitched out. But after I do that, I jump through this window because after placing all those items correctly, I could go in that thing. But I messed up because of one thing, which was this hat that for some reason fell off all of a sudden. Then the game decided to be janky again. But anyways, after I put that there, I go through here again so I could finally make this jump, which I was sweating at because it was kind of hard to do it. But after I missed that and died from fall damage because I suck, I respawn and then immediately run into this man's house so I can go back up the ladder. But for some reason, the neighbor was nowhere to be seen. I don't really know why. So I just chill. Also, if you see that crate, I dropped it, which I think made the gate close because the lever that opens up the elevator can close from it. But anyways, after I do that, I fall back down here so I can do my first minigame, which is Fear of Shopping. Also, fun fact, Fear of Shopping is the only minigame room that doesn't need a key. All you really need to do is like move this lamp, and after you move the lamp, I completely missed right there. Also, the neighbor's right under me because he bugged up here, which is where he was the whole time. I don't know why he can bug. But anyways, I try to throw it. I finally throw it so I can open this room. And after I go in the Fear of Shopping, I have to grab 5 items, which is the pickle, orange juice, a can, jam, chips, and like purple soda. But since I have 4 item slots, I have to first get 4. Well, right now I just want to put 1 in so I can grab all of them, but I completely miss. But as you can see, the twist about this is that the mannequins that are shopping don't like you because you use coupons, and they don't like people who use coupons. But you can make a peace sign by crouching and they'll not really care anymore. But if you move while crouching, that's basically saying I will use more coupons. So that means you just gotta keep on crouching. But anyways, jokes aside, I have to get this chips and put it in, but for some reason the chips just don't want to go in. This is like the only hard part of this game. It's just trying to put the items you need into the shopping cart. I know there's like a way to get up, which I did like not too long ago, probably like 30 seconds ago, which I'm going to try again, but I can't because I suck at this game. I keep on trying, but I do make it. So I try to put it in, which I finally do it, but the chips just don't want to get in. But since I can crouch, I can grab that and finally put it in. And after I do all that, I just got to make it all the way to the end. And after I do that, I just gotta wait till they check out all of my items. But honestly, how are people supposed to figure this out when they first play? I had to look up a tutorial on my first time. But after I do it easily, I do a little victory hop and then I go through the door, which brings me all the way back to the door I was just in. And after I finally got out of fear of shopping, I go all the way down to this like party room so I could get this magnet gun that I'll use later on. And if you're wondering what I use the magnet gun for, I'll show you. So after I unlock that door, place the chair kindly right there. I go into the other door and then I use one of the crates that I still had. I don't even know how I still have that. I don't even remember having that. But anyways, I throw that and then the painted opens up. I'm so delayed right now. But anyways, after I run all the way over here, I do a little side quest. And if you're wondering, this in my intro I was saying the red key glitch. It was just doing that, which I'm not doing it the normal way. I don't care what people say. But after I get a bit lost, cause like, yeah, it got me a lot of time there. But anyways, I find the right door finally. I put that down, and I get the magnet gun so I can get this. The reason why is because the crowbar is too hot for me to pick up, so I have to use the magnet gun to put it over here because the crowbar is a magnet. But I can't make that jump, so I have to place that right there for a bit. Then I get the magnet gun again, jump on the crate, and jump up here. Then after that, I have to go back to my house so I could open up my door. Not really. But anyways, after I open up my door, I put my hot crowbar into the sink so I can cool it off. And by the way, if you're wondering why I have to do that minigame, it's because I have to use it in the basement from hiding from the thing. Yes, it's called the thing. And also, I can crouch in here too, so if the neighbor spots me, oh wait. If the neighbor does spot me and I crouch, he'll still see me, but if I like crouch when the neighbor doesn't see me, he won't see me. But anyways, I used the cooled off crowbar so I could get these nails, but I try to do it very quickly because I know the neighbor knows where I am because I set off the bear trap. But after I get these boards, because it would have blocked off the door, I have to run back. You remember back when I said the crate could have could have shut the door? Well, it did, so I had to go all the way back out here and open up this elevator again because I, for some reason, decided to throw a crate in the elevator. But anyways, after I do that for like, I think this is the second time, I jump back through so I can get in. But as you can see, the neighbor is right there. So after thinking if I should get caught so I could easily go back up, I decided not to so I can move these boxes just in case I accidentally run through. And when I moved the boxes, I just waited for the neighbor, which actually took a while and it wasted a bunch of my time. So I have a nice present for him once he comes back down. After giving Mart his present, I go up back and then close that again. And I used the red key finally so I could get my favorite ability in Fear of Darkness. If you remember, the Fear of Darkness room gives me the double jump ability. To be honest, this fear minigame is way too boring, so I'm gonna just speed through all of it until I reach the end, since all it really is just parkour and a bunch of falling. But anyways, after you do all of that, you get to this jump which looks impossible, but really it just shows you that you got the double jump ability. And then I have to exit through this door. And another fun fact about Fear of Darkness is that when you become super small, you have to climb everything, of course, to like turn on a light switch, and it kind of shows that you are scared of the darkness, so you gotta pull the light switch to turn back on the light. But anyways, let's go back to Act 3. After I load in, I don't waste any time and immediately run to the top, like the very top of the house. Well, not the very, but kind of the very. Also, you just saw that I double jumped the moment I almost landed on the ground. Also, if you would remember, I clicked that generator, which made the freezer not freeze anymore, so that made the keycard stop freezing. And if you're wondering why I didn't use that box to throw it at the neighbor, it's because I'm going to use it later on, which you're going to see by me clicking this and then going right back up the ladder. And after I get here, I use my double jump ability to easily get on like these bushes, because you're supposed to use some kind of music thing. I forgot what it was called, but you're supposed to use a music thing to shrink all of the bushes, but I have double jump, so I don't really care. And I use that box. Where did it go? Whatever, I just used my umbrella because the box just disappeared out of nowhere. $20 game, by the way. But anyways, I run back so I could go back inside because I haven't showed y'all this room yet, but there's a room that's covered by boxes, which earlier I threw the wrench at it, but it kind of did nothing. But anyways, after I grabbed like the boxes, the reason why I put my umbrella in there is because it was powering this magnet, which was holding this green key that leads me into fear of school. I have that fear too. But anyways, fear of school is like super hard and annoying. I could either like wait 10 minutes so all of the mannequins go away, which you're supposed to run away from the mannequins, but I'm speedrunning, so I don't want to really do that. So yeah, also I'm trying to place this box here, but I don't really care anymore. I just jumped over it, and I used the key right here for the fear of school. Honestly, I'm sorry for keep on skipping through, but I'm just going to explain it while this video is sped up right now. All you really have to do in fear of school is hide when hide so the students don't get you, which is the a lot of the mannequins. But when the bell rings, the students are supposed to go to their desk, or else the teacher will just, I don't know, snap them out of existence or something. But the teacher could get me too, so I had to like wait until the teacher gets rid of most of the kids so I could run to the other lockers, and I'm supposed to get to the end, which you will see right now. And since you're like super far into this video, you must be enjoying it, so like and subscribe or something. Please, I spent $20 on this buggy mess, but at least it's a good game. And now with the push ability, I basically beat the game because all I have to do is just jump over these boxes. Get out of here! Anyways, but all I gotta do is jump over those boxes and run to the basement that I already unlocked, which is right here. And if you're wondering why I needed those powers, it's because once I go in the watch machine again, ever since Act 1 I haven't went in the watch machine, I have to run all the way over here. I kind of hit my head there, but I gotta run, and here, the thing, which is literally the black thing, I have to crouch so he doesn't see me, which it kind of takes a while since he's pretty slow, but the game checks if you have the crouch ability right there. But anyways, once he goes away and I get up, okay, why am I not getting up? This is taking too long. Alright, but once I get up, I have to run all the way over here and take this chair out on the door, which I can't go through. Jesus. But once I do that, I have to use my double jump ability here, which the game checks if you have a double jump, and for the final part, I have to push the neighbor. And then I close this door and lock it, and finally, I'm basically done. All I have to do is run to this door, and my speed run is finally over. And I finally got Act 3 done, which is the final time of 27 minutes and 9 seconds. That is like 2 times Act 1 and 2 even combined. But anyways, after all the trials and errors, and my cool thumbnail, not gonna lie, and having to do Act 1 to 3, the final time is 36 minutes and 7 seconds. That took a while, but it's still good. Anyways, little reminder, everybody is beautiful in their own way. except to time.